Hi folks, Doc Hanley here. We just got back from a week-long cruise. It was billed as a Caribbean cruise, but wasn't quite a Caribbean cruise. We went to Key West and the Gulf of Mexico, and we went to Freeport and Nassau in the Atlantic Ocean. So, a lot of people refer to the Bahamas as being in the Caribbean, but actually it's in the Atlantic Ocean. Anyway, I had big plans to make videos on Freeport and in Freeport and Nassau and on Key West, and I had a lot of equipment difficulty. I finally got one low quality video on the cruise ship because my equipment was malfunctioning, and I made one with my wife's iPad, which doesn't have quite as good video. I may post it later. I don't know. The jury's still out on that. We made a lot of good still shots, and what I might do is do a slideshow of those destinations with a narration. Of course, I got to learn how to do it first, and I'm not very technically savvy with all this stuff, so I'll have to learn how to do that. But anyway, it occurred to me with all that, we've been on a lot of cruises. We've been cruising for over 10 years and sometimes more than 3 times a year. And we've learned a lot about taking cruises, the ins and outs of cruising. And I may do more than one video on this, but if you're thinking about taking a cruise, I hope you'll watch this video because I got a lot of good information about the ins and outs of cruising here. And one thing I want to mention is that how do you book your cruise? A lot of people go to a live agent, to an agent with actual physical office, and that's okay, but what they do is check one time and tell you what's available, and you either like it or you don't. What we've learned to do is use an online travel agent. Our favorite is vacationstogo.com. And of course, this is not a paid advertisement. I'm just telling you the one we use. There are 3 or 4 very good ones online. The reason we do that is that we can check on cruises once a week, once a month, every day if we want to. So we can constantly check on cruises and get exactly what we want and nail it down online. We save money and we get get more cruises that we like. We don't have to settle for something that the travel agent can recommend. And we've been doing that for years, and it's worked very well for us. So I would recommend that you use an online travel agent if you're going to take a cruise. Another thing I would recommend is that you carry all your medications with you. You can buy over-the-counter medications on the cruise ship. I checked some prices. I knew they were very high. I checked some prices, like a bottle of ibuprofen that you can get for $1 or $2 in a dollar store is going to cost you $12 or $15 on the cruise ship. And that's just one example. Everything on the cruise ship is high. All the prices are inflated. If you're going to shop on a cruise ship, if you're going to buy t-shirts, jackets, purses, whatever you're going to buy, even liquor, if you're going to buy liquor, wait till the last night of the cruise, because typically they'll reduce prices on most of this stuff by at least 50%. And it may still be a little high, but at least it's a lot better bargain than it was at the beginning of the cruise. So that's one way you can save money on a cruise. Another way is to carry an empty drink bottle with you. I try to remember to do this, a 16 or 20 ounce bottle preferably, because when you're on the cruise ship, you can buy a drink package. It's pretty expensive, but you can also get free lemonade or free tea or whatever, or free coffee. And but if you want to have lemonade or tea available to you, what I do is carry the drink bottle and fill it up with lemonade or tea and carry it back to my room and put it in the refrigerator. That way, every time I want to have a uh, one or two hits on a drink, I don't have to go upstairs or downstairs or wherever to the uh, where the drinks are available. And usually the the buffet is on the usually the ninth floor of most cruise ships, of the larger cruise ships, and your cabin is typically going to be below that. So you're going to have to ride the elevator, walk down the hall, ride the elevator, or go up the stairs. It's just highly inconvenient to go upstairs to get some lemonade or tea whenever you want it. And of course, even when you get to the destination, you can get water, but you may pay $3 for a bottle of water. If you got an empty bottle, you can go to the drink fountain and fill it up. That's just a way to save a few bucks on cruising. Also, most cruise ships will let you bring soft drinks with you. They all have a limit, usually something like a dozen cans or so, which is a pretty good bet, because if you are on the cruise ship and you buy, say, a canned soft drink, it's going to cost you about $5, which to me is pretty atrocious. And if you buy the soft drink package, it's going to cost you mega bucks to be able to drink soft drinks whenever you want to during the cruise. So, to me, the same thing is to bring your own drinks and pop them in the refrigerator in the cruise cabin, and you're good to go. Uh, you're probably going to want to take some excursions when you get to your destination. And you've got two choices for excursions. The cruise ship sponsors excursions, and when you get off the ship, there are going to be a lot of people there, independent excursion operators, and they're going to be offering the same excursions for about half as much money. So, something that might cost you $90 through the cruise ship will probably cost you 40 or 45 with an independent operator. The only caveat there is that if you're taking a long excursion, make sure you can get back before the ship leaves. If you take an excursion sponsored by the cruise ship, they guarantee that they won't leave without you. But, if you're on an independent excursion, you're not like an American Express card. They will leave without you. So you'll have to be your own judge there, what you want to do. Usually we try to take an independent excursion, one that's slated to be back about 3 hours before the ship leaves. That way, if we have any kind of problem, we can make other arrangements to get back to the ship. Of course, with that said, don't miss the boat. If the boat leaves without you, you're either going to have to take a ferry if you can find one, which you probably can't, or fly to the next cruise stop, which will cost you a lot of money and be highly inconvenient. So the main thing is don't miss the ship, because they will leave without you unless you're on a cruise ship excursion. Parking. When you go to the cruise port, you got a couple of options with parking. You can park at the port. The going price right now is about $25 a night, or you can park a block or two away from the port for about $15 a night. And if you park away from the port, make sure you get one that gives you a free shuttle to and from the cruise port, and that the shuttle runs at least every 30 minutes, so you won't have to wait around forever on the shuttle to come back. Also, if you park at the cruise port, I know one time we paid to park at the port, and the parking lot was full, and they carried us 2 or 3 blocks from the port anyway. So, we would have been better off just getting a off-site parking lot. But we usually park away from the port. Now, if you've got a long drive to the cruise port, what we typically do is find a motel in the city where the cruise port is, one that will let you park your vehicle while you're gone for the cruise. That's going to cost you about $70 or $80 more than the actual stay at the motel, but it works out pretty well, and they have the shuttles that will carry you to the cruise port. So that's another good option you have. We do that if we go to Port Canaveral or Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Tampa or Jacksonville, somewhere that's a full day's drive or more than a day's drive. We'll typically get a motel at the cruise port, spend the night before the cruise, and then get up the next morning and catch the shuttle to the cruise port. All the cruise ships I'm familiar with, and I'm familiar with most of them, will add tips to your bill automatically. And those generally run about $17 to $20 per day per person. So, if you have a person on a 7-day cruise, that's going to cost you about $140 for tips, and that's pretty steep. But you got to think about what's going on there. Most of those people working on the cruise ship are from third world countries. They're trying to make money to send home to their families, and they're not making over the regular workers are not making over about $1,000 a month, and they're working sometimes 50 and 60 hours a week. So, we always leave the tips on our bill. You can have them taken off if you want to, and some people do, and just hand cash to the people that serve them. But we like to just leave the tip on there because it's guaranteed to go to the workers, and they really need it more than we do. So I would recommend that you let the tips go ahead and stay on your bill if you can. Cruise ships, we've been on several different cruise lines. Our two favorites are Carnival and Royal Caribbean, and we happen to have a little stock in both of those, so I'm not recommending those for that reason. But we do get a $100 discount when we cruise with either one of those because we do own stock. You have to have a minimum amount of stock to be able to get the discount. But those are good cruise lines, and I would recommend either one of those. And anyway, I'm going to post some more cruise tips later on, but keep in mind there are a lot of little things you need to know when you cruise, and I'll cover some more things later with another post. I don't want it to go too long, but I hope that you'll like this post and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build the channel, and it's coming along very slowly, quite frankly. So I'm going to go with this for several months, and if things don't pick up, I'm going to chuck it and try something else. But I enjoy doing these, and I hope I can be helpful to you with your travels, whether you're going to the Caribbean or Central America or Europe or Southeast Asia. We'll be talking about all of those as time goes on. And anyway, thanks for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and God bless you.